something you were like. But anyways, let us try once again.
I saw some of your poems on YouTube on Poetry Day.
Oh.
Can I request you something, sir?
Sir, please, ma'am, please.
Yeah, my request is because, sometimes there are so many people here, and I'm in some other group where there are, some kind of time bar is there. Just a humble suggestion. Rest is all up to you.
What is it, sir?
I'm saying there is a time bar. For example, 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or maybe one poem. I mean, I'm just saying that.
No. We have the time limit. We have the time limit of 3 minutes and 2 poems.
Okay.
2 poems.
I didn't know that.
No. It's very clear that I mentioned that one would be in the original language and one would be in English.
Oh,
and those non-speaker. So
because
it
I
is
recently joined, no? So
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's okay, ma'am. You're free. You're free. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
Come on. So you're free.
काम है उगीच चिडचिड नका करू तिकडनं ऑन आहे का ऐकलं का तिकडनं ऑन आहे
Hello. Welcome to the poetry reading with Shwetha A. Hi, Neelam, ma'am. What a pleasure. Anyways, just give me a minute. I mean, yeah. Welcome to the poetry reading with Fatal Poets, every place where poets gather to share their minds. Yes, you got. Let's begin the reading. Before beginning, let me tell you that you have got 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, you could just present two poems, and whatever language you wish to. But yes, if you are non-speaking English, non-native speakers, you could just present your one in English, one in mother tongue, or one any other regional language. And if you are native speakers of English present, try to present in English. You're free to. Yes, exactly. But yes, today we have come up with something special. I mean, theme, like, it's not like theme that, but we try to focus on the mental health, how important it is, important it is to have this, the kind of psyche. I mean, it's like, calmness of mind, and, the peace of mind, and, the situation that we are going through. And so if you have a piece, or I mean, like, pieces on the mental health, you could present, or otherwise you could, you are free to say few words uh, on it. I mean, like, you will be given 2 minutes or 3 minutes more than, yes, and you could talk about it. Okay, let us begin without wasting much of your time. Please welcome the first time joining us with, I mean, it's like, she has given a wonderful review of the recent book on Jan Jones. Is a well-known poet that she has come up with. She is a wonderful writer. Please welcome Chyrel Jackson. Unmute your mic, please.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be here.
Yes, Chyrel, please go ahead.
I'm Cheryl. I'll read my first poem in English from our current book that we just released this month. And the name of this poem is called Clipped Wings. They tell us to dream, but then won't let us fly. Where do deferred dreams go? Where do they hide? Do we place them upon shelves before they die? No one answers our questions. They can't tell us why. I'm a caged bird in a postponed and uneventful life. The sweet music has ceased, and I'm unable to sing. I dreamed until I couldn't. Life clipped a gentle and caged black girl's wings. That's called Clipped Wings. And the second poem that I will do is from the same book, and it's called The Credo of the Scribe. In the faintest traces of morning light, with the rays of the sun upon my skin, I write, I write, I write. In the whispers of dust that falls in the night, gazing upon the moon, I write, I write, I write. Whatever the outcome or circumstance, facing me in dawn's sparse flight, the heartening credo of the scribe, I write, I write, I write.
Beautiful.
All right. Arise, arise, arise. It's the voice of arise, arise, arise. Wonderful. Yes, thank you, Chyrel, and thanks for joining. That was Chyrel. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Up next is Dr. Debendra Kesi. Debendra Kesi has joined us for the first time, and he's from Nepal. He's a well-known poet. Please welcome Debendra Kesi.
Good evening, everybody. Do you read me? Oh, thank you, Kumar Prasanna. I was not there really to read the poem, but I was willing to listen you all. But I have written a very, very plain language poem that I want to read. Stop War. The title is Stop War. Nature has its own rule. Every machine runs till there is a fuel. Every living beings are mortal. But why the most brilliant animal, man, becomes cruel? For the ecological balance, there is already a well set goal. Every creatures have their important role. Life cycle runs normal if there is no superior feeling as a whole. Is there any human who is immortal? Have any scientists discovered any machine which can stop death? A natural phenomenon, death, may be prolonged but cannot be stopped. We know the story of Leo Tolstoy. How much land does a man need? 5 to 6 feet. So why man has jealousy and greed? Why man is moving in an opposite trail? As we all know, anytime there can come a divine male. A male can come anytime. Divine male. Why the most intelligent creature of God goes against humanity? Let's unite the whole world for peace, love, and humanity. Let's spread the message stop war throughout the globe with full intensity. Thank you.
I wish it would come true, sir. And that is imminent and indispensable. We cannot, get away with it.
Thank
So
you, sir.
that was a wonderful poem, and thank you for joining. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Devendra Kesi joined us from Nepal. Please welcome a very well known and like she's superstar. And she promotes this wonderful poetry platform called Neelam Saxena page, and where you get to, have like get the flavors of poetry, and every day you get to witness event, and it's such a wonderful, uh, what do you call it, celebration of poetry. I would say, but yes, that is undoubtedly. Please welcome Neelam Saxena, Miss Neelam Saxena.
Thank you. I hope I am audible.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thank you. So, I would like to render this poem titled The Madness. This was placed 7 in an international poetry contest held by National Alliance of Mental Illness USA. So, I thought this would be the perfect poem. This is regarding schizophrenia. The madness. The smell of the halwa emanating from the neighborhood makes me numb. I took my mobile, turned the room dark, hoping to get some relief from the uneasy sound. But the more I tried to forget, the more I remember. My father had schizophrenia, which was little understood at that time. I still remember the thing my mother always carried around. She was named and cursed for his madness. Everybody said he was so good till the marriage. No relatives or friends thought that showing emotion could be an option. I clearly remember the shrill wailing of my mom. After all, her grandfather had died that day. I was too attached to him, she told me. I want to attend his funeral. I, an 8-year-old, understood. And while I was trying to comfort her, he returned from the office. My mom hadn't stopped crying. And when he was told the reason, he grinned and then laughing loudly said, "Make some halwa," to my mom. Till then, halwa used to be my favorite dish. When she refused, He touched the naked skin of her face with cigarette butts while I meekly prayed to him, "Please leave her, Papa. Please leave her, Papa." The smell of the halwa brings back that hidden memory from the crevices of my heart into the open, and I feel exposed. I can feel the same madness of my father. I can feel the same helplessness of my mom. If only mother was well educated, she would be earning her own money, would have him and his madness forever, or might have tried to get him treated, and would have remained my favorite dessert. But change the past, and I too have to live on with memories, unable to bear the smell of the hull of the neighborhood anymore. I go out for a long drive and eat some ice cream on the way. The taste and smell halwa is forgotten as of now, till some neighbor decides to again, starting the same cycle of unease. Thank you.
Smell of halwa, aroma of halwa, and this particularly fits in the theme that we mentioned. And I mean, it's like not theme, but we talked about the mental health. That's how important, it's like it's come in the category of
And how
that.
it destroys family,
Exactly.
and how it
So,
can destroy a family if it is not given importance.
thank you so much for coming up with that such a beautiful and very thoughtful poem, ma'am. And love having you. And yeah, I know that you had to leave, but then thank you for presenting your beautiful poem.
No,
Please
I'll
give
be
it.
there for some time. I'll be there till 7:30 p.m.
So that's so nice of you, for considering and coming to this with your, this limited time. But yes, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was Neelam Saxena, presented as on Schizophrenia. That's very much. Please welcome our next poet. He always brings, this flavor of, petrichor and and he croons beautiful songs and is like a classical singer. I love him always. So please welcome Sreedharan Parokode.
Thank you, Prasannaji. Thank you, Rubalima and Fertile Brains. And this is a wonderful opportunity that I can say a few words that mental health is to be considered as supreme or important, because if mind's condition is not well, we cannot say that what a tragedy, what will be the position, what will be the status of that particular man. Well, I was I was remembering that in National Niman's Hospital is there in Bangalore. I went there and saw some of I cannot say that what a pitiable condition, what a pitiable condition. And a man can be with a good health, not physical health, but mental also at that particular time. And I am no need to say more about that. Nalam Tedimbo. This is my first poem. Nalam Tedimbo means towards the when the supreme light is given. അടുത്തു വന്നൊന്നിരുന്നിടാനായി അറിഞ്ഞതെല്ലാം നൽകാനായി വരയ്ക്കുവാൻ മഷിയേകിടാനായി വരച്ചതെല്ലാം തെളിയാനായി മുറുക്കിയെല്ലാം പിടിച്ചിടാനായി മുഷിഞ്ഞതെല്ലാം മാറ്റാനായി ഉയർന്നു കേട്ടു നിനയ്ക്കാനായി ഉറക്കനെ കരയാനായി ശിരസിൽ നന്നായി മുകർന്നിടാനായി ശരിക്കു കണ്ണാൽ കാണാനായി കടങ്ങളെല്ലാം വീട്ടാനായി വർന്നു നീണ്ടു കിടക്കാനായി തുറന്നു വിട്ടിട്ടകന്നു പോവതു താനേ കാൺമതുമാരാവോ എടുത്തു വെച്ചതു മറന്നിടുമ്പോൾ ഓർമ്മിപ്പിക്കുവതാരാമോ അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ ഒക്കെ ഇതേ മട്ടറിഞ്ഞിടുന്നുണ്ടവസാനം അറിഞ്ഞുകൂടാ ഒക്കെ ഇതേ മട്ടറിഞ്ഞിടുന്നുണ്ടവസാനം. This is my first poem and English poem titled Faces. Faces. There are many faces in front of us. There are many faces in front of us. Some of them are inviting nature with a marvelous and alluring atmosphere. Some of them are inviting nature with a marvelous and alluring atmosphere. Some approach with an invitation of hidden agenda, but seemingly open. Some approach with an invitation of hidden agenda, but seemingly open. Some beckon us with mischievous mission of innocence. Some beckon us with a mischievous mission of innocence, but a treachery from which one cannot come up easily. From which one cannot come up easily. Some do not know how to have artificial smile and the art of hide and seek. Some do not know how to have artificial smile and the art of hide and seek. Some faces keep smiling always. Some faces keep smiling always, but no sincerity at all. But no sincerity at all. Do they win? Do they win? We can't say. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prasannaji. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant, very thoughtful. So, putting artificial smile sometimes very difficult for those. Very well. And I like the Malayalam song as well. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Beautiful. Sreedharan Parokode. Up next, LaVan Robinson. LaVan, please unmute your mic and welcome. LaVan Robinson.
Did you hear me?
Yes, LaVan, please go ahead. And such a
Okay, I got a poem. It's called hold on, something nice. So alive. Hold on, let me put on my So alive. I, using the navigational system of the well-charted coordinates of my heart, traversing the vast oceans of the enchanted landscape, search so diligently for you, my beloved queen, in all of my desperation. I threw all caution into the turbulent howling winds just to inquire the vast treasure you possess without any regard to myself and surely without hesitation. You are the spoils that in this journey and odyssey I so blissfully and gratefully wish, desire, and yearn for the completion of this mission finally in time. No matter what the challenges I had to face, I was more than able and willing to accept and conquer in order to succeed in making you and every part of your virtuous nature all exclusively mine. Everything about you just piques my curiosity and leaves me feeling mystified. I've been bitten by the love bug, and the pure sweetness of your exotic elixir running through my essence and core, and more of it truly gives me a purpose, making me feel extremely, very special, blessed, and so alive. In peace.
beautiful. Thank you, LaVan. Thank you. Thanks for making it to that. And yes, thanks for sharing your work.
Okay.
You always share.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was LaVan Robinson joined us for after a long time. I mean, maybe after 2 years or 3 years, maybe. Yeah, LaVan, love you. Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you, sir.
joining.
Thank
Thank,
you.
thank you, madam. Thank you. Please, up next is, yes, very senior, but yes, she, we must laud her, kind of, what do you call it? Enthusiasm, maybe, kind of inspiration that she gives us. Dr. Ashok Bendre, please welcome Dr. Ashok Bendre. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Go. Dr. Ashok Bendre. Please unmute your mic, ma'am, please. Ma'am, unmute your mic. We are trying from our side. Can you?
And she's Archana Bendre. Archana Bendre. Dr.
Sorry, Archana Bendre. Sorry, ma'am.
Hello.
Ji, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So nice meeting you again. So first I will recite a poem for this earth. For the earth which is born in the universe. She is the only one where there is life in. So what we should do? In this vast, unfathomable, her poem name is The Celestial Ballerina. She is the celestial ballerina. In this vast, unfathomable universe, we have only one superstar. She dances like a ballerina around the sun very far. Amidst the twinkling stars, none are at her power. They stare at her face. They envy her grace. Decked up in emeralds, silently going in worlds, stars are her crown, yet down she goes round. Bejeweled with rubies, adorning a necklace of pearls, anklets studded with diamonds, kiss life in worlds. Her intoxicating, bewitching eyes stir motions in planets with pride. The moon waxing and waning, the life plays seek me, hide, and seek me and hide. The ocean leaping with joy throws stars in the skies. Oh man, have you ever seen life anywhere in the abyss? She is the only baby in the celestial family. Protect her from tyranny of earthlings maddening. When she weeps, when she frowns, no wonder we all drown. When in fear, our little dear vents up anger and sets fire to her attire. Oh man, save our ballerina, restore her smile, peace, and antenna. Be compassionate, give her few garments, gift her new garments, and show love to her flora and fauna, because she is celestial ballerina. There is no other, we can say, ballerina in the whole universe. Thank you. My next poem. My next poem is Colors of Nature. When we are not, we feel that in this, when there is depression and all, so how we can take, you can some inspiration from these colors of nature. Colors of nature. Oh, colors of nature. You add stature to the smiles of Mother Divine. Oh, colors of nature. You add signature to the blessings from heavens sublime. The color white, a sublime sight, his purity of heart and mind, a temple for the Almighty to reside. When the sky is grey, we solemn pray to hail the showers of rain, to soothe the parched earth in pain. Remind us the red of fire, anguish, anger, and desire. Cut these burning ire, or the consequences are dire. At the yellow streaks of dawn, when the life springs disappears yawn, the orange shimmer dispel gloom, cares life and nature blooms. Oh man, plant green, witness its miracles unseen, reap the fruits of its labor, and celebrate life to add sheen. The depth of sea, a hue, is the color blue. A reflection is the cool color blue, a reflection of sky infinite to contain ebb by supreme light. Ebony, the other side of the day, whence hide and seek the life plays. A veil studded with stars the slate, entice jubilant members to love and mate. The sight of brown earth signifies reality of birth. Oh man, harbor no ego or lust, for one day you shall be dust. Perceive in the garden of Eve, the joy dating, the blooms meeting, springing the pink of love unending. To show his love a rainbow, a mystical, magical show, Lord's valuable gift, to give our moods a lift. O colors of nature, you add stature to signature to the blessings from heaven sublime. Thank you.
Brilliant, ma'am. You not only have read the poem, but with your beautiful rhythm and rhyming goes in the first one, but you also provided a solution for the depression. It is how colors play an important role in the lives of humans, how to deal with the depression by using this, So this is what we are looking forward. So that is something we, as earlier we announced that we will be talking about the psychological aspects of this thing and how it's important is to have this on the mental health and so dealing with the depression, and you provided with the solution of this.
This is what I'm saying.
So
That's what I want to say. Even this celestial ballerina, what this deforestation and all that is going on, so why it is important to preserve our earth if we want to be happy, unless there is, otherwise there are so many floods and all you can see. So this is what I want, that even our earth, we should be preserved, because she is the only, you can say, where life is in the whole of the universe. So otherwise, if everything goes wrong, what will happen? There will be no life. So for that, I wanted to say, for this description of ballerina.
It already has reached such a point of, Earth has, this section has that happened in environmental destruction, I would say. You could see, witness the seasons being overlapping.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. But yes, it's not a laughing thing, but yes, it is a very serious concern about the health. As the heat is building up, and untimely rain, untimely, extremes we are witnessing. So that is very much important. But thank you. Thanks for coming up with beautiful poem. That was Dr. Archana Bendre. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Gargi Saha, a consistent poet. I mean, it's like a team member, our Dr. Gargi Saha.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor and proud privilege to be here. Today, about mental health, Sir has asked to present us. When a person goes in when he's ailing, mental ailments are very difficult to cure. There are probably different medicines for curing it, but it is very difficult when a person goes in depression. So my first poem is entitled Depression. I find no joy of living, no fun in jokes, no happiness in success, no grief in miseries. I have become static and one with the diurnal course of life. I'm just existing, not living with all the senses. I have to withdraw myself from daily course of hesitate, deep and being lost. In the deserts of non-entity, Hence, I'm submerging myself in the ocean of loud silence. Don't ever try to contact me. Thank you. That was the first one. And the second one is, I fear to. I fear to stay alive, alone, to see my only daughter always belligerent with my only one son-in-law. I fear to stay alive, to see domestic violence prevailing in higher echelons, the elites struggling in the mundane materialistic deserts of competitions, conflicts, and cold wars. I fear to stay alive in a single room of doubts, uncertainties, phobias, shattered by weird mentalities, the haunting egos of supremacy, eccentricism, maladjustments, arrogance. I wish to sublime and sink in the valleys of serenity and engulfing benevolence, altruism, where man will be without fear, where mind and soul, heights of imagination, to attain sublimity of the soul, where there is love, there is respect, where there is friendship, there is accommodity, where there is politeness, there is honor, where there is pain, there is hope. Let me fly unnoticed, enthusiastically, in a priceless territory of unmatched duality. Thank you.
But again, how do you react on first and second poem? But first, yes, thank you for, once again, you're coming up with this, the topic that we talked about, depression and all, so mental health. That's very well said, very well. All right. And second one is, how do you deal with the several mentalities that we have when you cope up with? That's very well put. And if you have poets, you are free to react on this Dr. Gargi Saha. You're free to anybody. So you could just react on her poem. But yes, that's a wonderful rendition. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Sometimes say it's turning to be a serious kind of thing. But yes, thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming. Please welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Swarna Sunkara is the youngest poet we got on this platform. Please, she has joined us first time on last week, but she dazzled and she is presented with her brilliant, magnificent poetry. She already had published some books. That's what I came to know. Swarna, take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prasanna. I have one poem. It gives a kind of peaceful, meditative feeling when you listen to it. So it's kind of on the theme. But okay, here we go. I am the deep blue. Know yourself, they say, but I am not in my body. Not all the time, anyway. I am in the deep blue oceans and the deep blue skies. I can run, crawl, swim, climb, and fly. I'm a hawk soaring majestically, penetrating sacred land for supper with the eyes of Mother Earth. I am innocent prey, trying desperately to hide the secret that I'm about to give birth. I am the sunflowers that bloom so readily like fire, drawn to each other and the sun above. I climb higher and higher, like capuchin monkeys, clamoring amongst each other to reach the highest banana. I am a newborn butterfly, just emerged from my savanna, wings proudly created from the agony of howling at the moon, like the wolf that recognizes himself in Sammy, my Siberian husky. I am the water, flowing down to the sea, to the rhythm of nature's beat, like the fire that melts trees into extinction, designing a spectacular red carpet of destruction. I am the rock of great mountains that call to me in my sleep. I am a limitless entity, traveling far and wide for opportunity, but I can't find anywhere to hide my own insanity. I am everywhere and nowhere at once, not bound by time or space. I am a wild, wild human, and maybe one day I'll run out of things to chase.
You're a limitless entity, undoubtedly. And you're hawk too. And if I may ask in a single line, if you could put it yourself, what would you be?
I'm one with all. I think that's what I would say.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have another one to go?
No, that's it for today.
Thank you, Swarna. That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Thank you.
You're all in one. Thank you. Thanks for making it tonight and it's for morning for you, myself. Thank you. Please welcome Nayma Chamchoun. Yes, my favorite word.
Thank you. I'm going to share two pieces. Graduation. In enforced solitude, refreshing the interlude, the river and the ocean commune at the estuary, casting down the briny debris in replenishing motion, guiding the boat to the quay. In the eye of memory, you step graciously into all I knew you to be. In your black fur-trimmed flowing robe, the mortarboard hat wore you well. Each warm chamber swelled, my eyes conveying the gratitude owed. A bud on a concrete estate, the rocky soil of home, determination honed, a resolute shine in you. You are all you aspire to be, considering which path to take. Out of place in the red brick grandeur, yet adapting with easy charm. Others drawn to your calm. I am the teenage mum at the ball. How far the apple falls, the patent pride, present spurs, beaming as you accepted your prize. Tears of a mother's pride, the child born to rise. Thank you. And the second piece, let's bring that up now. Bethnal Green. A journey to Bethnal Green. It seems odd to take this path when it does not lead to you. Every weekend, racing to merge, unpacking the whole week's events. When the words faded, a flood of desire, carrying away the world's lament. Now the words have stopped, the desire terminated. Faded snapshots of memory as I alight at your stop. A cat burglar in your hood. Here for my own ends, avoiding detection. The places you stood in the rush hour trickle and flow, beaming in your manner, the pearly king of banter, lullabies of the bells of Bow. I am the thief of love, taking hearts when mine is broken, unbearable, hopeful longing, unspoken, stealing through the coves of love's end in the East End. Thank you.
I always like your style, Nayma, just reading. I am a teenage mom, and the child has to rise. I cannot pronounce like you, but then, but I, brilliant. I know I could hear each word of yours, and so beautifully comes. And I wish Laura could also have joined us. You three made it. I mean, like Lantern, Naima, and Laura, you all together.
So fun to meet them.
I wish we all could meet.
Oh, that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Have a little poets meet up.
Yeah. But yes, that was Naima. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Alexandra Psaropoulou is the next poet, joined us from Greece after a long time. Alexandra.
I don't know if I'm on theme, but yeah, I really like the way Nayma reads slowly and clearly. I don't like slamming because you don't get to process the poem. So I'm just gonna read a small poem for a change because my flying series takes time. How could I let him grow old alone, his hands wrinkly and slow, doing the daily chores with grinding moves? How could I let him grow old alone, sitting in his garden, picking lemons and oranges, staring at the hollow sunset? How could I let him grow old alone, watching television covered by a blanket on the couch, no female curves beside? How could I let him grow old alone, the man who wounded me heartlessly so many times? How could I let him grow old alone, the man who cared for me heartfully so many times? How could I? So very short.
But very effective. That is what impactful that you always leave on is, wanted more with your graphic. I mean, it's like, yeah, imageries. Thank you, Alexandra. Thanks for coming. And
the flying series takes a very long time to create, as you know, and that's why I need to take time off, to write.
Terz and concise, like, yeah. Please, that was Alexandra. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Ronnie Tucker.
How you doing tonight or today? It's your night. I had two I showed you, but I went ahead and got this old one from the past. I'm gonna save that one that you said wow on and do it next week. But I'm just gonna do one. That way you got time for everybody else. It's called 2050 AD. Like walking through turnstiles. We flow in motions. In empty spaces we call brains. Looking out mirrors that our eyes are our eyes staring at the droplets of poison rain. All is blurred as we shuffle through existence, wearing our flesh-colored stains. We bend with the winds, not knowing when we will come to an end. Our antennas spin and spin. Oracles fill the screen above above us in the great skylines as air cars stream by in this horror called utopia. For we have become mindless machines just going through the motions. Expressionless faces float by, tuned into the voice speakers of our dystopian lords. For we have become brainwashed and decayed, plugged into their systems. We fade to black in their infertile ways. In glass cages, we have become animals in a government zoo. Like robots, we are programmed every day, fed data like human computers, and forced to do all the labor for our overlords while they reap the harvest we sow. Far inside the domes that once were called cities, our day-to-day existence has become automated. Machines and hyperlinks control our every design. We plug our minds into the stimulation orbs, for we are becoming our own machines. This is the grim reality in the world of 2050, a society of workers who have no will or thought, only programmed to the will of our overlords with their wands of pain. If you don't conform, you will taste the flame of pain overload. And like walking through the turnstiles, flowing with distortion, we fill the empty spaces like machines, only we have faces, only with function and form, yet we are still flesh and bone.
Exactly, Rani. And man has becoming, I mean, like a mindless machine every day. I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
as you
I
know,
wish
as
I
you
was
witness,
writing
20,
better, but when I write them down, I kind of my writing. I kind of try to have to look at it because I write like a doctor, I guess you'd say.
yeah, but you, very intense, I would say. Ronnie, thank you for sharing your lines with me, just before, coming up to the recital. That was Ronnie.
Thank you
Please,
for having me.
thanks for joining, Ronnie. We should thankful to you. And take care of yourself, health, and get well soon. Please welcome Gopalpur, our veteran army man, is a retired colonel. Lieutenant Colonel. Please, Gopalpur Dhani.
Namaskar, Prasanna ji. You are doing a great job arranging and managing such international Kavi Millens. I also convey my greetings to all the poets, and I'm really honored that I also get chance to speak. Today's poem are written in the appreciation what the technology and science is doing today. The man has got made great achievement. And in that, since I write in Urdu, Hindi mix, my poem title is Maha Chamatkar. The man has made बहुत बड़ा चमत्कार. वो चमत्कार क्या है कि महान चमत्कार है जो इंसान ने इंसान बनाया. महान चमत्कार है जो इंसान ने इंसान बनाया, बिन आत्मा चलता फिरता बेजान बनाया. बिन आत्मा चलता फिरता बेजान बनाया. ये कभी थकता नहीं, ना इसे नींद आती है, ना कुछ पीता है ये, ना भूख सताती है. रोबोट इसका नाम है, रोबोट इसका नाम है. कई शक्लों में बनता है, चलता है, उड़ता है, जो चाहे वो करता है. चलता है, उड़ता है, जो चाहे वो करता है. निशाने का पक्का है, हर एक हथियार चलाता है. ये भी फौजी की तरह, मेरी तरह. निशाने का पक्का है, हर एक हथियार चलाता है, जो कुछ भी सिखाओ उसको ये सीख जाता है। सीखने की बात आई तो एक बात न सिखाना, अपनी सोच समझ और जज्बात ना बताना, वो ना सिखाना जिसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कहते हैं, वो ना सिखाना जिसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कहते हैं। कहीं ऐसा ना हो जिसको विध्वंस कहते हैं, नाश। विध्वंस का मतलब नाश, नाश ना हो जाए। जरा सोचो, अगर आप जैसी समझ आ जाए, आपकी तरजीह भी कायनात पर छा जाए, इसने अगर इंसान को ही काबू कर लिया तो सारी ताकत अपनी मुट्ठी में भर लिया। तेरे न्यूक्लियर बम को भी चला सकेगा ये, अरे तू क्या है ब्रह्मांड को मिटा सकेगा ये। तो थोड़ा सा केयरफुल रहने की जरूरत है कि कुदरत की असली रफ्तार को कभी रोक मत देना, कुदरत की असली रफ्तार को कभी रोक मत देना। सब कुछ देना इसे मगर अपनी सोच मत देना, सब कुछ देना इसको मगर अपनी सोच मत देना। नमस्कार, ये मेरा अर्ज है कि इंसान को अभी वो देखना चाहिए कि कहीं उल्टा ना पड़ जाए। बहुत बड़ा आविष्कार है, बहुत बड़ा चमत्कार है। नमस्कार।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल विध्वंस। This also come under maybe this category of mental health, how it is very important to have kind of balance with technology and the physical aspects of things. So very well said. I mean, like you always give us a moment to ponder with your lines, sir. Very inspirational. With few lines, you say a lot. So that is very much needed. I mean, that was something so beautiful about you. Thank you for it's such an honor having you. It's our honor having
Thank you.
on
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
That was Gopal, Lieutenant Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Ma'am Joscephine. Joscephine is a Renaissance woman. It's been honored with Ma'am Joscephine. Good match.
First recital, The Molding of Toronto. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, please.
Okay, the title of my first poem is The Molding of a Soprano. The high pianissimo a soprano sustains, how well she breathed in passages legato, how she throws out with astounding strength her fortissimos and runs through sforzandos, maintaining a crystal clear, strong voice all the time, are but a few of what she does to merit a bravo at the end of a breathtaking concerto. She painstakingly went through arduous lessons from masters of solfeggio, molding her technique with technique teachers, intelligently employing these to enable exceptionally beautiful interpretation of exquisite musical masterpieces. She traveled back in time to the days of Mozart, Gluck, and Gretry to arm herself with background knowledge to justify classical repertoire execution. Much time she had to invest for compositional analysis, including harmonic progression. She saved up and squeezed out all her energy for rehearsals and suitable vocalization. As was necessary for the operas of the latter years, for the music of Puccini, Verdi, Mascagni, she had to muster courage to deviate from bel canto and also master the technique of opera verismo. For the operas of Bellini, Rossini, and Donizetti, she had to acquire vocal agility for coloratura passages, flirting with flying, floating notes, keeping them buoyant, while strengthening her abdominal muscles for breath and tonal support. Using her capacity for audial acuity, she immersed herself in the cultural languages from where operas and classical music came, strived to speak and sing German, French, Italian with perfect diction. She had to regularly indulge in skin, hair, and body care, as a healthy body was instrumental to a surefire vocal technique. She inevitably developed a personality and confidence unique, all aimed to make her with her audience click. She spent 20 good years for the aimed fruition, mastering breathing, resonance, and projection, placement, a vital aspect of voice production. Much time was needed for her lofty ambition. I'm not sure, it got through, but nonetheless, for those who understood classical music, musical terminology, you would understand. But I can send you, those who would like to have a copy, I can send you this in written form so that you'll appreciate it. You can get to appreciate it better. Okay, my next poem is about nature. The title is Solitary Joy. Shocking pink and cerulean blue, yellow orange with sparse clouds too. Paint the sky above me splendid. Paint brushes out from where they hid. Swept off my feet by the fragrance of jasmines and sampaguitas, mixed with the smell of verdure fresh, woven into a perfumed mesh. The flapping of parrotlets' wings, while among them a robin sings, the hummingbird finds a flower, while white doves peacefully hover. For days gone well, lark bids adieu to nestle with his friend cuckoo, to promptly appear before me, his chirping here, his face to see. Round this small hill, I have the feel of a queen in her courtyard wheel, triumphant, joyful solitude. Nature, I give much gratitude.
Cherry, give much gratitude. Beautiful line, ending, beautiful ending. Thank you
you,
all.
Prasanna. Thank you. You're always an encourager. That's one of your great talents, encouraging people.
Thank you, ma'am.
And not making people afraid.
Thank you. Love
I
you.
salute you.
Thank you, ma'am. I love you. And that was Ma'am Joscephine Gomez. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Miss Satinder Kaur. Miss Satinder Kaur is a very well known. She's a professor of English, but she has done masters in physics, and she has a multidisciplinary personality. That's what I believe, and she's very intellectual. Please welcome Miss Satinder Kaur.
Thank you, Prasanna ji, for this beautiful introduction. And this is my rather good fortune that I am here amongst so many eminent poets. And you give us opportunity every time to be with so many people from the whole globe, and we can listen to everyone. So today my poem is about spring season and love. The title which I have given to this poem is Love in the Air. soft breeze, and soothing sunshine all around. Soft breeze and soothing sunshine all around. Nature awakens with a joyful sound. The birds sing sweetly, perched on the trees. The birds sing sweetly, perched on the trees, and flowers sway in the gentle breeze. Beneath our feet, the grass is green. Beneath our feet, the grass is green, a sight of beauty, a serene scene, a serene scene. In the embrace of spring's balming kiss, lovers dance beneath the heaven's sweet bliss. In the embrace of spring's balming kiss, lovers dance beneath the heaven's sweet bliss. Hand in hand, they wander through the garden rich. Hand in hand, they wander through the garden rich, their hearts entwined, their souls in sync. Their hearts entwined, their souls in sync. Whispers shared in the shower's soft sound. Whispers shared in the shower's soft sound. Confessions exchanged and love's bugle sounds. Confessions exchanged and love's bugle sounds. So, let the love ripen. Let the love ripen. Let the promises soar. The spring season heightens the love we truly adore. The spring season heightens the love we truly adore. Thank you. Do I have some time more? Okay. Okay. Then the poem is again about love. In youth's innocence, like a bud unfurled. In youth's innocence, like a bud unfurled, you were my first crush in a juvenile world. Arranged by fate, our destinies entwine. Arranged by fate, our destinies entwine. Growing together, our souls align. Growing together, our souls align. You, my husband, a beacon in life's whirl. You, my husband, a beacon in life's whirl, a love story unfolding like a precious pearl. Like a melody composed with rhythm and rhyme, like a melody composed with rhythm and rhyme, our journey began, a network divine. Our journey began, a network divine. Differences no doubt emerged. Differences no doubt emerged. Many storms we weathered. Opinions clashed, yet love tethered. Opinions clashed, yet love tethered. Your emotional maturity, like a gentle rain, your emotional maturity, like a gentle rain, nurtured our bond, erased the pain. Nurtured our bond, erased the pain. Your love, a shelter in life's tempest. Your love, a shelter in life's tempest, a lighthouse guiding when shadows crest, a cloak of responsibility worn so wisely, a cloak of responsibility worn so wisely, the balm of humor to soothe life's strains meticulously, the balm of humor to soothe life's strains meticulously. Our union, a tapestry woven with care. Our union, a tapestry woven with care, some threads of joy and some of despair. Some threads of joy and some of despair. Through all seasons, hand in hand we stride. Through all seasons, hand in hand we stride in this theatre of life, forever side by side. In this theatre of life, forever side by side. Thank you.
Wow. I mean, this should be, I would suggest it should be heard. Watch it. Your poem be, new couple, those who are entering into the matrimonial, lock, what do you call this thing? Wedlock.
Yeah.
The tempest of life and a balm of humor. And this also comes under the category of how you balance yourself with, partner that you have. And this is also come the mental health, when you have this, equal partners understanding, and you have this, kind of, what do you call it, parasol that, as a husband, you consider to be, for wife. It's something so beautiful. It turns out to be, life turns out to be something so beautiful, and that you, with your experience, you try to portray it. And I would suggest that youngsters should listen this and watch this and to learn, how beautifully you can make life beautiful. So beautiful, man. So beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Up next, Harpreet Kaur. Please welcome Harpreet Kaur.
Thank you, sir. I would like to say a few words about mental health. I am victim of, this abuse. For 20 years, I was victim, and with great difficulty, I saved myself and my children. So I have written a poem here at present when I am talking to you. So first, I would like to say that poem, and then after what poem I was selected, I will say, if you allow me to do that. Okay. So the poem is The Man I Loved. I'm abused and bruised by the man I loved. An innocent, simple girl gone through hell. Innocent children look at him, wondering what's wrong they did. Not even our bodies, our souls are scratched. The wounds and pain he has given us are irreparable. We healed ourselves with each other love. We held each other with our unconditional love. We held each other with our unconditional love. Here, I would like to tell, okay, when a woman or children gone through that kind of physical, mental, or emotional torture in a married life. First, they don't find out what they think. The woman always think it is she who is at mistake, and she tried to adjust and adjust and adjust to save the family, to save their married, to save her married life for the sake of her children. So here, our society or the doctor of or the whatever way we are living, we should educate people about mental health. That is my point here. Otherwise, many people are gone through hell in this world. So the poem initially I decided today is My Ex's Heart. My ex's heart I dissected of my past. On the table of my mind, waking up from my afternoon nap. Inside me, depth of the sea, the ground beneath, fragrance in the wind of your smile. Inside me, my nostalgic self, vivid memories, my hungry eyes, a melody that lingers in my mind, the wound I never opened of my battle scars, sniffing the rum bottle of your lost memory, seeing my attitude from the edge of my winning smile, I splash the color palette of my attitude and my pride on the empty pages of my life, from the first to the last page of my life, from the first to the last page of my life. Thank you so much.
Oh, we are sorry to learn the fact that you have been, what do you call it, have to deal with. Ma'am, you are muted.
Okay. I'm saying I'm fine with that. That was, I believe in karma and karmic relationship, and I'm studying about it right now. So I have pardoned him and his family, everybody, because I know now why it happened, what was the reason behind it. But I am happy, my children happy, well settled, and that is, everything is well that ends well.
That's the spirit, ma'am. That's the spirit. Thank you.
I'd like to say something here, Prasanna. Harpreet, thank you so much for sharing a very personal story, because it's important that we should share the things that we go through. And, when one person is suffering from mental health problem that affects others, and there can be a continuation of it. So I'm very happy that your children have, been able to somehow, with your help, recover from the effects of that kind of abuse and torture. But this is so prevalent. And during COVID, domestic violence and stuff like that really increased. And I also want to thank Prasanna at this moment, because this writing poetry, writing literature, I'm constantly encouraging people to write. When people tell me that people are not writing great poetry, it doesn't matter what is great, what is not so great. Just write. Just write. Put your thoughts down. It helps you to get out of any mental difficulties that we're all going through. The world that is molting, the earth is molting. Right? It's either dying, so many people have spoken, Archana has spoken about the earth. The earth is either dying or it's molting. So if you look at it from an earth perspective, we have to get together. So thank you, Prasanna, and thank you all the poets who come here and express their thoughts. And thank you especially, Harpreet. And I think, Satinder, you have presented one side of, a married life, and Harpreet has shown you another one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
And moreover, having said, it requires a gumption. I mean, it's like, you have to have this courage of, expressing and opening yourself in front of others, the kind of personal trauma that you experience. And, most of them, you gulp it down and you suffer inside. But when you're coming through your words, and poetry need not be, essentially be in the form of rhyming or rhythm, or you have to have put it in the meters or what you call, structured form or whatever it is. It's not our way, but you just have to, bringing out yourself and you feel light. That's what it's all about. And thank you.
It is, welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
My point is here, writing is a healer. I healed myself while I write or by writing, because whatever comes to my mind, I write, and I write in free verses because if you put poetry in a rhyme or something, sometimes it looks very, in a systematic way, but somewhere emotions might go. I'm not saying always, might go. To me, it is my personal opinion. My apologies to everybody. It looks very monotonous to me. Poetry should come like a wave of sea. I look at the poetry like it should come and hit you as well as other. When I read my poem, sometimes in the middle of the night, if I read my poem, 100 times, I will cry at that time. It gives me the same impact, the same emotions arise me. And see, it is helping me healing. It helped me in healing. I'm already I'm healed. That is what I want to say. So emotional I will call it a emotional writing, poetry and emotional writing. I personally, I feel, I don't know, I might be wrong. I'm not a very big poet. It go hand in hand, in my personal opinion. Thank you very much, everyone.
What you need not have to be a poet or something like that. That's it's how we deal with. That's the takeaway. When you are dealing with kind of mental kind of turmoil or instability or kind of ness. It's a kind of what do you call an instrument that comes into play that a medium I would say. So that was it. And please welcome a long-term carrier.
Thank you, Prasanna. And I commend all women, written so much about women. It's a very noble life, sometimes requiring a lot of courage and sacrifice. Happy Easter all. Jishu Christo, Jishu Christo, Jishu Christo, tu mi mode baroi apan, baroi mishto. Oh. Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaka, Na Chainam Kledayanti Apu, Na Susheati Maruta. Weapons cannot cleave the soul, fire cannot burn the soul, water cannot drench the soul, wind cannot dry the soul. Shlokas from Sri Krishna, writings from my teacher Chinmoy Kumar Ghosh, taken from the play called The Sun, written on the life of Jesus the Christ. And I start. I prayed for light. The iridescent beauty of rainbows kissed my aching and yearning heart. I prayed for peace. The beloved embraced me with the stillness of 1,000 dawns. I asked for the supernal minstrels. The melody of celestial harps whispered in my core. I prayed for liberation. My soul sang like nightingales as I felt the thrills of grace. I prayed for love, and the beloved kissed my lips sweetly. I walked in the breath of infinitude as we became one. I prayed for delight, that sweet Ananda. I knew only the breathless and deathless joy of silence. Poem 2, Redemption. Clouds break, disperse, and are born again within the vastness of perennial heavens. Time is fleeting and nothing remains eternal except love, a birthless and deathless journey. A bright moon is resplendent, so adorned with dazzle. Yet who can look at the cosmos forever? My very existence is beauty, and I wish to lie in the cradle of love's sweetness, dancing to the joy of ecstasy. An illumined soul came here to remind me of my kingdom, but I showed more curiosity than longing, that precious gift of grace so necessary to rediscover my true source. My kinsfolk and I, in our ignorance, nailed him to a cross. Now I remember that light must shine into darkness, that soulful worship, a bleeding heart reaching to the soul of the infinite, must cry 1,000 tears, millions, to be receptive to that effulgent light, imperative to self-discovery. Faith has dispelled my myriad doubts, shown me a way to the golden show. My numerous hopes ever blossoming floats in the firmament of each new dawn. Grace abounds like an ocean vast, wiping the tears of my heart's afflictions, gobbling death with the flames of Christ's love. Now demise has receded as victory calls. Light descends on the seekers of truth, dispersing all mistiness of shadows. Atonement heralds the sunrise of peace. My soul's now a bird of moonlit nights. Eggs hued with rainbows, tulips that throng, daffodils and bunnies sing your sweet song. This age-old secret, forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. My soul bubbles forth into, into the newness and fullness of life. This sweet redemption, my heart wakens to his light. I ascend on my Lord's mercy, soaring into the bliss of paradise. Anton Carrier, thank you.
Wonderful redemption. You always, as I can never say, I mean, get tired of saying that, when, listening to you is like reading a book, always. Always giving a beginning, a quote from Bhagavad Gita and listening to that Chinmayananda.
Yeah, very appropriate for the resurrection.
Thank you, Lantern. We always love your presence.
Thank you.
Please, thanks for coming. That was Lantern. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Dr. Gangalaxmi Patnaik and the couple, Shyamaprasad.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure to join in the Open Life Recital video program coordinated by esteemed poet K. Kumar Prasanna. I would like to recite a poem on a flute player. Flute player. Title is Ode to Flutist. Ode to Flutist. Listen. O Lord Krishna, you captivate my heart with divine melody. O Lord Krishna, you captivate my heart with divine melody. Your hands with flute attracts happiness. Peacock feather reduces distress. Your hands with flute attracts happiness. Peacock feather reduces distress. Lend me strength of flute to listen sound vibration and melodious tunes. Lend me strength of flute to listen sound vibration and melodious tunes. The more I try to get away from your flute, the more to me it sticks. The more I try to get away from your flute, the more to me it sticks. I want to become your flute, Krishna. Strengthen me to place it on your lips, to fulfill my wish and melts agonies. I want to become your flute, Krishna. Strengthen me to place it on your lips, to fulfill my wish and melts agonies. Your flute's voice is my choice. Life without your flute is like a sunless garden of dead flowers. Your flute's voice is my choice. Life without your flute is like a sunless garden of dead flowers. I understand your silence, Muralidhar. Your silence grows while my pain leads up cave darkness within. I understand your silence, Muralidhar. Your silence grows while my pain leads up cave darkness within, but all I see flaming flutes flourishing in my bones, which is warm invitation in form of transcendental sound vibration to evoke emotions. But all I see flaming flute flourishing in my bones, which is warm invitation in form of transcendental sound vibration to evoke emotions. First recitation is over. Do I recite second one, sir? First recitation is over. Second recitation is on peace. Peace. True peace rare, but the butterflies of my peace flounder about. Spray serenity, harmony, happiness of well-being, positive human experience in form of caring and respecting. Peace a path for bringing growth, prosperity to society, strength, cultural growth, economic stability. Draw attention to run with world peace, regional peace, social peace, inner peace, which are always begin with clemency of warmth that strengthen bones to live longer, sticking to breathe. Peace begins with smile. Bullets can never promise peace. Conversation best way for peace. Recitation is completed. Thanks to you all. Thanks.
Bullets can never bring peace. Ma'am, I would request you to repeat the line of where you use the Muralidhar.
Muralidhar. Acha, thank you, sir. Thank you. I understand your silence, Muralidhar. Your silence grows wild my pain.
Oh.
Lights up cave darkness within. But all I see flaming flute flourishing in my bones, which is warm invitation in form of transcendental sound vibration to evoke my emotions. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Please welcome better of Shyamaprasad Patnaik.
Good evening, Prasanna sir. Happy Easter to everyone. Thanks for inviting me to recite my poem. I am going to recite two short poems. The title of my first poem is Rejoice, Mirth and Affliction. Be it bliss or anguish, always rejoice, mirth and affliction. Everyone yearns elixir's potion and jubilation. None desire confronting disruption. All pine profits and benefits. None apprehend loss or annihilation. Be prepared to accept debacles, ultimate pillars of good fortune. Try to inundate sweetheart in your abysmal ocean of bliss. Deepen your love and caress through credence and unconditional acceptance. Lovey-dovey duos need to elude skepticism, hatred, or mistrust. Mutual adoration, unconditional love, and faith leads us to infinite endearment. Bequesting dissension and disbelief keeps us wafting in love's ocean. Acceptance of sublime love perennially disperse gloom of excruciating separation. And that is the end of my English poem. The second poem, which I am going to recite, is in my mother tongue, that is Odia. ମୋ କବିତାର ଶୀର୍ଷକ ବିଦାୟ ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ସ୍ୱାଗତମ୍ ଶାନ୍ତି. It is about war and peace. हे ମୋର ପ୍ରିୟ ସୁପ୍ତ ମାନବ ବନ୍ଧୁ, ଉଠ ଜାଗ୍ରତ ହୁଅ, ଯୁଦ୍ଧକୁ ବିଦାୟ ଦେଇ ଶାନ୍ତିକୁ ସହର୍ଷ ସ୍ୱାଗତ କରୁ। ସୀମାନ୍ତ ବିସ୍ତାର ସାମ୍ରାଜ୍ୟବାଦୀ ମନୋଭାବ କେବେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଜାତିର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ହେବା ଉଚିତ ନୁହେଁ। ପଶୁ ପ୍ରବୃତ୍ତି ଆମକୁ ଶକ୍ତି ସାମର୍ଥ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଦର୍ଶନ କରିବାକୁ ପ୍ରବର୍ତ୍ତାଏ। ବିନାଶକ ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ସହିତ ସାଲିସ କରିବାକୁ ପ୍ରେରିତ କରେ। ଆଣବିକ ଯୁଦ୍ଧର ଅପୂରଣୀୟ କ୍ଷତି ତଥା ଭୟାବହତା ଭୁଲି ହୁଏ ନା। ବୋମାର ବିଧ୍ୱଂସ ନିରୀହ ଜୀବନ ନଷ୍ଟ କରି ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କୁ ଭିକ୍ଷାପାତ୍ର ଧରାଇ ସର୍ବଶାନ୍ତ କରିଛି। ମହାବିସ୍ଫୋରଣର ଭୟାବହତା ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ବିସ୍ତାରିତ ଅଭୁଲା ସ୍ମୃତି ଚିହ୍ନ ସ୍ୱରୂପ ମନକୁ ଆଚ୍ଛନ୍ନ କରି ରଖିଛି। ଆହତ ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କରୁଥିବା ସୈନିକ, ଦୁଃଖ ସାଗର ମଧ୍ୟରେ ନିଷ୍ପେଷିତ ହୋଇଯାଉଥିବା ଲକ୍ଷ ଲକ୍ଷ ଲୋକ, ଆଧୁନିକ କ୍ଷେପଣାସ୍ତ୍ର, ରକେଟ, ବୋମା, ଆଖି ପଲକ ପଡ଼ିବାର କ୍ଷଣିକ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତର ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ସର୍ବନାଶ କରିଥାଏ। ଏକ ବିରାଟ ଚରମ ମୂର୍ଖତା ବିନାଶ ସୃଷ୍ଟି କରେ। ହେ ମୋର ପ୍ରିୟ ଭାଇ ବନ୍ଧୁ, ଅବିରତ ରକ୍ତପାତ ଏବଂ ହତ୍ୟାକାଣ୍ଡରୁ ନିବୃତ୍ତ ହୁଅ। ଈଶ୍ୱରମୟ ସ୍ୱର୍ଗୀୟ ଚିରନ୍ତନ ଶାନ୍ତି, ସ୍ନେହ ଏବଂ ଦୟା ସହିତ ପରମ ଶାନ୍ତି ଫେରାଇ ଆଣ। ଆସୁରିକ ନିଷ୍ଠୁରତା, ହିଂସା ପରିହାର ପୂର୍ବକ ସ୍ୱର୍ଗୀୟ ପ୍ରେମ, ଭାତୃତ୍ୱ, ମାନବିକତା ଧର୍ମର ବିସ୍ତାର ଓ ପରିବ୍ୟାପ୍ତ କର। ये थिला मोर ओडिया कविता, and that is the end of my recitation. Thanks Prasanna sir for giving me a chance to recite my poems. And thank you Pali madam also and entire team of Hotel Base.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Please don't call me sir, please. I'm just, you could call me by my name. And yes, yeah. Thank you Debashrita for coming and presenting. And yes, we are going live on YouTube. You could share, you could watch later, or you could share with your friends. My dear friends, please welcome Dr. Rupali Sarkar Kaur. Ma'am, Dr. Rupali Sarkar Kaur. Ma'am, please unmute your mic. Yeah.
Okay. Firstly, thank you so much, Prasanna, for inviting us and me and everybody else to this forum. It does give us so much pleasure. Today is Easter, and it's a day of resurrection, a day to create a new self, a new person, to grow into a better life. And I have written a poem which I have read before, but I read it every Easter. It is called Resurrection. I had a terrible accident, and I was bedridden for many months together and on a wheelchair for some years. And then one Easter, I had a vision. So this poem is about that. A frothy sea rocked endlessly against the shore. A road like the Mumbai Marine Drive ran along. Many floral arches awaited somebody. I stopped in wonder. Who was coming? In the distance, the sun rose above a small hillock, encircled by the sea. Many voices were singing, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. It was dawn and it was Easter. I wasn't dreaming, it was a vision. That day, my broken bones, began to heal. It was months since I flew off that roof and fell like Icarus. I knew Christ had touched me. I was Lazarus. I had risen from the dead. It was palpable and real. I could feel healing happening. It was a miracle. The Lord had touched me. Thank you. Now I have another poem, which also I think I have read on this forum before, but since we are doing mental health, it's about, there's so many wars on, and we glorify war, and we, look at the soldiers, somebody fantastic, somebody, swashbuckling, but the reality of war is seldom known. So as a military daughter and spouse, I have worked closely with military families, and thus a personal witness to the mental condition called PTSD. Traumatic, it's called post-traumatic stress disorder, which is common among soldiers who have served in conflict zones. The recurrent intrusive reminders of the traumatic event, including distressing thoughts, nightmares, and flashbacks, make the person feel the event is happening again. One may experience extreme emotional and physical reactions to reminders of the trauma, such as panic attacks, uncontrollable shaking, etc. In layman's language, it is also called shell shock. So this poem is called Wars Begin in the Minds of Men. Rat-a-tat-tat, bullet-ridden, I must drag myself into the ravine. Who is shouting? Shiva, Shiva. Who is screaming? Allah, Allah. Oh God, save us. We're in hell. My eardrums will burst. A sudden cool breeze blows over the brick terrace, the mosquito net torn where the bayonet had pierced it, a shredded, fibrous, webbed, netted piece of claustrophobia. A jackal howls across the vast open Maidan. It's past midnight. The moon is half gone. Like all nights since they brought him home, Sipai Ram Singh wakes up howling. Rat-a-tat-tat, the guns go. Pain shrapnels through my throbbing head. The smoke is acrid and choking. Somebody is using a rake inside me. I can taste blood dribbling into my mouth. There are shadows behind the chinar trees and crawling figures everywhere. My hands hurt, tremble, and I'm thirsty. Gun in hand, rushing at terrorists who just won't go away. He had traded ripened wheat fields for minefields and mayhem. He had traded ripened wheat fields for minefields and mayhem. It wasn't his fault. It was for the victory of the flag. Sometimes his leg made of wood on which he painfully stood drew village louds to hear his story, full of brave battle and shining glory. Then slowly other stories spread about. Just 1 second, I think I've lost it somewhere. Somebody is using a rake inside me. He feels something is happening to him. Then slowly, other stories spread about the devils inside his head. Ram Singh has gone mad. It is always good, they said, for a soldier to be dead. A dead soldier is covered in glory, and others will tell his true story. Broken in limb and living with nothing more to gain, his nightmares of war and pain are no longer fit for the sane. Only he could hear the bullets rain. Only he could hear his life, see his life rain. Only he could feel his mind go insane. So this is a story of what happens to soldiers who have been to the war zone. So please don't glorify war. Don't encourage poetry that sings songs about war. And remember that mental health is very, very important, that we preserve our good health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. I always love to appreciate the fact that you always, your poems doesn't go into the category of the realm of, kind of imaginary, but it's the situation you try to, practical situation, and you try to view the, in the situation around, and to put it in your words. That is something, I should also learn from you. I mean, like, the situation and to write a thing up. And this is a remarkable thing that I noticed.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much. I think even when you say that people are imagining, they're not. They're actually experiencing. Our writing is very experiential, Prasanna. We all, even when we're writing about the earth, we're writing about God. It's all very experiential. You experience it, and then poets, I think, write. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Landon.
But a very happy Easter. A very happy Easter, and it is time to, really start doing new things and bring about a new world, a new life, and pray to Jesus Christ. This is so important. In India, for us, God comes in many forms. He comes in many forms. He's always there.
Thank you, ma'am. And please, friends, we got a line of poets coming up. And yes, Landon, yes, please go ahead.
I was going to say to Dr. Rupalaji that she contributes and she's so wise in so many of the things that she says. And of course, she's just in the moment speaking about the Sanatana Madama, the Tatswamasi. And I know of no other faith greater than Hinduism in that universal sense, more universal than any faith I know, even my own Christianity. So we say, oh, Christ is the only way. But India, I give all praise and glory to India because they've always seen the universality and interconnectedness and oneness of life. And Dr. Rupali expresses it so well. And then in other ways where she contributes, she's equally effective. So I commend her highly.
Thank you so much. Coming from you is tremendous. Thank you.
It's a contribution to the society. And then taking of the Easter, if you permit me, I would have one poem. I could just allow to read it. Somdatta ma'am and Debashrita Basu ma'am, if you don't mind, and I would love to read, just just a happy on Easter. That is something that I came up with. Renukuntla Murali has just joined. After a long year. But yes, you stay on, please. This maybe it's some satirical take, maybe on colors, and there's a festivities happening around. And I said, Master, let this Easter awake the manure of kindness in the heart. Let this Easter tap the minds of sinister, plaster their cruel motives. Let this Easter make way for the purity of soul. Let not greed breed in the mundane thoughts of so-called man. I say, Master, take a roller, don't spoil a child by sparing a roll, bridle them, beating a black and blue like thundering cats and dogs make run for life. And I say, Master of the Easter, resurrection and revival is for the holy justification. And so, hey, my Lord and the Savior, purge the people of depravity, purge the people of debauchery, the people of corruption, the people of depravity, to lick the boots of sin and fry them in a burning urn. Happy Easter. And I have the one colors, and this equally goes with this satirical take. Colors of life I tried to comprehend, yet least I discerned as I splashed the variegated shades of pain and pleasure. Some stains left which cherish forever, some blots left blemishes of dirty deeds. I drank assorted colors of lust, anger, and ego, and you name it, dude, I did those things that even never cross your mind. I painted myself with white as that's for outer appearance. I concealed my true shades of blues. Life offered me to enjoy the dazzling rainbow. Alas, I chose the path where I discarded all festivities, be it holy, be it Easter, be it Passover, be it makeover, for wedding ceremony, you name it, dude. I assumed all colors, not the beauty of it, but only had beaten the dust of mist.
You're breathless presentation always. It comes right out, it's there. Thank you so much, Prasanna.
That's satirical.
We have to put aside everything, all the bad habits, bad wrong things. Go back into that cave where Jesus Christ was lying, and then come out, in a divine form. Thank you so much.
My point is what's the point of having all these festivities, when you cannot cleanse yourself, from within. So that is that's the point. So anyways, that is on a lighter vein. Thank you for listening, and please welcome Dr. Somdatta Mitra.
Greetings to everyone over Easter, and very good evening from Kolkata, India. My first poem connects to the, festival today, that is Resurrection or Happy Easter. I have given the title Resonance of the Resurrection. Our Lord Jesus, thou blessed art, the cruelty that led thee to crucifixion has left scars on humanity. Thy resurrection has been a pious moment. It's the foundation of Christian faith in thee. In the Luke's gospel, thou left the empty tomb, explored by thy disciple in a solemn heart, sacrificing thy life for the cruel Romans and buried in the tomb. God resurrected thou to spread the message of love. With the faith in the victory over sin, death, and the devil, Christianity fulfills the message of security and restoration of peace. Praise be to the God and Father of thou. In this great mercy, thy has gifted life and hope. Through the resurrection of thee from the dead, uniting the spirits of the righteous and the unrepentant sinners, thou ascension into the heaven after thy resurrection brings peace. Enoch, Noah's great-grandfathers entering heaven alive, sensitize humans of a hope for the righteousness. New life, new growth, transformation, a change from the one great task to another great task resonates our mind. Thou, a dead martyr, thou lofty ideals were sadly misunderstood. Thou sacrificed thy life as a ransom for many, who reigns at God's right hand to return to glory to fix the broken world. Thy resurrection augmented to a divine interpretation and endorsement. For self-centered life is misery, and genuinely abundant living occurs only when one dies to self-interest. By raising thou to God showed all people that they will ultimately answer to him for what they have done. It is an essential explanation of thou death and the proof of thy saving power. Thou, a living, reigning, returning Lord, to be loved and emulated both in present, suffering and future reward. We live with a hope that we'll live again and meet up again, regardless of physical imperfections that we may have had in this life. I bow down to thee to bless the world, to sacrifice a bit and regenerate peace and love. This is my first poem. My second poem's title is Princess Diana. She has been my favorite from my childhood. The title is Princess Diana. I witnessed her in pictures and in news channels in my childhood. Her glamorous and charming personality would attract and appeal to me in a vehemence in a solitude. Her calm composure over the public interactions were eye-catching. Her virtuous smile would affect each and every individual who met her in any moment of their life in an awe to subside. The beautiful attire she wore, designed by eminent personalities, often triggered ideas that one day I would be her personal dress designer to manifest my priorities. That blithesome and jocose laughter would instill high spirits. That divine composure would pacify the ferocity of minds towards a call for humanity. Her affection and love for all would transgress through her innocence and silence. That she was an angelic and beatific princess was a craze for the whole world to accept and embrace quite blessedly. Her name was a treasure in each mind to resonate. Her presence would illuminate millions of lives to generate high spirits. The much acclaimed hairstyle that she possessed, like a wildfire, it entrenched among the youths, which remained unexpressed. The strong personality, being the Princess of Wales and a member of the British royal family, her patience and interest in public relations and royal family took her to be the apple of everyone's eye. She was married to the Prince of Wales in July 29th, 1981 in a royal emblazonment. Her fairy tale wedding eclipsed and televised the royal nuptials, whereby it outperformed her two sons with a deliberate memory to treasure. saddened with the separation in 1992 due to incompatibility and extramarital affairs. The ethereal beauty was swooned by the whole world. For her natural beauty and radiant skin and glamorous and phenomenal persona, her eyelashes would reveal thousand emotions and divine spirits to adhere as she embarked on a journey so tirelessly and to explore the social causes to help the needy and the poor. As a philanthropist and a humanitarian, she made her voice heard for an international ban on landmines in 1997 in Angola while walking the live minefield. Her magnetism and charm uplifted her to an international icon, earned her enduring popularity as well as unprecedented public scrutiny. Exacerbated by her tumultuous private life, she was reckoned for her patronages, which were centered around children and the elderly. Her social visages for her groundbreaking humanitarian work for the acceptance of the AIDS patients uplifted her real persona. A mother of two kids, Prince William and Prince Harry, rode in the air that the crown was not wrong. She redefined the royal motherhood into her stride, killed in an automobile accident in the Alma Tunnel in 1997. The unprecedented outpouring of grief still pervades in the whole world as we remember the royal princess today. Thank you, Prasanna sir, for giving me this opportunity to recite, and thank you everyone for hearing me.
Beautiful, ma'am. You paid tribute to, on the other form, the Diana, Princess Diana. But they portrayed the entire history, life history.
Yes, sir.
Quite,
I am an ardent fan of her. Still cherish
yes,
the visuals that we see on television related to her.
But she covered all, the aspects of her life.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. That was Somdatta Mitra. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Renukuntla Murali, our very one poet, is a bilingual poet, a folk singer as well.
Good evening, all. Happy Easter, sir. So my title of the poem is, am I audible, sir? So, doing Prasanna ji. Prasanna, sir.
Sir, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go
Hello?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Am I audible? Okay. This is one of the poems written by me. Title is World Book Day. The book name is Rhythmic Tales Part 1, sir. Published in the year of 2021. As in the words of John Milton, a good book is a precious lifeblood of a master spirit, embalmed and treasured upon postal life beyond life. Life is joyful when we enjoy reading books with love and interest. Books are lights of the wisdom. Books are the colors of the words. Books are the heaven of the love. Books are our friends, beloved friends. Friends stay with us temporarily, but books stay with us permanently. Books stay with us for the rest of our lives and enrich our attitudes. Books give us incitement, adventure, and moralities. A home without books is like a home without windows, like a devil's home, like a devil's home. This is my end of the poem, sir. May I sing a song in Telugu, sir? If you give me permission.
Go ahead, sir. Make it short. Give a short one.
Only, yeah. It's written on the woman, sir. వందనాలు 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 అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు 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 చెల్లి నీకు వందనాలు 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 అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు 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 చెల్లి నీకు వందనాలు అవనికి ఆది దేవత అవనికి ఆది దేవత ఆదిలక్ష్మి రమ్మ కవనానికి తొలి దేవత ధాన్యలక్ష్మి రమ్మ వందనాలు వందనాలు అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు 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 అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు సూర్య తేజస్సు లాంటి శక్తి మీదమ్మా సూర్య తేజస్సు లాంటి శక్తి మీదమ్మా భూమాత లాంటి సహనం మీదమ్మా భూమాత లాంటి సహనం మీదమ్మా వందనాలు వందనాలు అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు 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 చెల్లి నీకు వందనాలు పారిజాతం లాంటి మనసు మీదమ్మా పారిజాతం లాంటి మనసు మీదమ్మా ప్రకృతి సృష్టిలోనే గొప్ప శక్తి మీదమ్మా ప్రకృతి సృష్టిలోనే గొప్ప శక్తి మీదమ్మా వందనాలు వందనాలు అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు 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 చెల్లి నీకు వందనాలు మీరే లేకుంటే మీరే లేకుంటే సృష్టి లేదమ్మా మీరే లేకుంటే సృష్టి లేదమ్మా భౌభుజివై మీరు భౌభుజివై మీరు ప్రతిభను చాటుతారు వందనాలు వందనాలు అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు 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 చెల్లి నీకు వందనాలు 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 అమ్మ నీకు వందనాలు థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్
That's wonderful, sir. Vandanalu, Vandanalu. That's the song is about women and their sacrifices, their tribute to women, basically. That was a folk song sung by Renukuntla Murali. Please
thank you sir thank
give
you
it
sir
a
thank
round
you
of
for the
applause.
such opportunity
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please welcome
thank you.
Toni Turner Wong, how provided us, has given us a beautiful, design for a cover page of Manushatvam. We rise by lifting others. Tony, yes. And I call her Tony, I call Didi. We are known to each other for last 7 years, maybe. Yeah. Tony, yeah, please unmute your mic. Kindly unmute your mic, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Here it is. This is it's a prompt that we had in AWS, and this is the picture for it. And it's, I am mysterious, wrapped up in everyday garb. To know me is to love me without reserve, and to accept me as idiosyncratic, with and without verve. For much I shun barb. I am from complete, no need to compete, for I am wrapped up in you, and together we're sweet. We both have value in solitude, and yet still need to meet. I may appear lonely, reserved, and sad. Please know I am simply draped and clad. While sitting here thinking of you, I feel quite glad. I am not lonely, even when I'm alone. That was it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. That was lovely. Thanks for making it tonight. And do you have another one?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay. This one is an Easter one. And this was the prompt picture. It was a cute one. And it's a little story. Filling baskets with bunny basketeers. Filling baskets with their decorated eggs, Brandon and Bo, 2 of the 3 bunny boys, were giving their paintbrushes a workout, while the little guy Braxton Bunny sat off in a corner of the kitchen wearing his typical smug-faced pout. Brandon Bunny seated himself next to his prized possession, his Emily the Emu's exuberant egg, transforming the turquoise gem into a golden gargantuan. Mama Bunny just shook her head, knowing that she'd soon have 2 pots on the boil, one of which was a cauldron large enough to boil the emu egg, and the other for their hens hatch, oftentimes by the dozen. There sat shrug-shouldered Braxton Bunny staring at the floor, while still whining over the fact that he had yet to have his turn painting Emily's Easter egg, emu egg. Big Bunny Braxton, sorry, I just dropped it. Sorry. Big Bunny Baxter, that's like Dexter, but begins with a bunny letter B. The middle child was delighting in filling his basket with expertly painted eggs and was nearly ready for the yearly neighborhood hide-and-find egg hunt. As for Mama, Brenda Bunny, she kept boiling away. Their chickens had laid an exorbitant number of eggs this year. The 3 bunny boys finally filled their baskets with some painted and some not painted eggs and were headed out the door with Emily's Easter emu egg started to crackle and open right before their eyes. Mama's pretty little long-eared head spun around with her jaw dropping in unison with her boys, and she then realized she'd forgotten to boil the emu egg. The end. Sorry.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for sharing your lines. And yes, just beforehand, joining. I love your work. And thank you. Thank you for coming and happy Easter. That was Tony.
Yeah.
Please give a round of applause, my dear friends.
Well, lovely seeing you, Tony. And, he's a great artist also. And bunnies and eggs on Easter are symbols of fertility, of growing. And I'm so glad you wrote about it. Wonderful seeing you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Please welcome Isaac Cohen. Please unmute your mic. Isaac, please unmute your mic.
Yes. Right. Dear Kumar, Dr. Opali, dear friends, Isaac Cohen, the voice of the dove. The little child asked me why the voice of the dove was one point to the next and back. I answer, the dove wants the peace will stay from here to there, and the war won't return. The little child understood and be a diplomacy of peace. Thank you, and I hope the peace will come and all the people live with peace and love.
Peace and love. It only rain. Ultimately. Thank you always sharing your peace poems with us, Isaac. Thank you for coming. Please welcome Debashrita Basu.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Happy Easter to all of you. Greetings from West Bengal, India. So without wasting my time, I'm going to recite my first poem titled The Resurrection. Since today is Resurrection Day, that's why. The world is floating on molten lava. Disparity, chaos, confusion are everywhere. Death is sneaking like a wild cat, peeking, waiting to make a scratch and call it a day. Look, trauma is inside our mind. Blockages bind us to the utmost, collapse us to enjoy the beautiful outside, compel us to suffer within its weep. Not to worry, the day of salvation will arrive, when all the sins will be forgiven. Behold, the Son of God has already taken weight. The rest is our work to be done. Yes, the responsibility is huge. There is a necessity to rise from sleep, spread gospels and preach his name. Let's follow his path of love, charity, and sacrifice. He is at the door, knocking, waiting for us to hold his hand. Then why to wait? Let's resurrect. Let's change from within to follow his path of heaven. Thank you, sir. Next poem is in Bengali, sir. So, reciting. The title of the poem is Mirror, means Aina. In Bengali, Aina. আয়না মুখের প্রতিচ্ছবিকে বহিঃপ্রকাশ করে, কিন্তু সে কি অন্তরের ইচ্ছেকে বোঝাতে পারে? আয়না আমাদের সৌন্দর্যকে তুলে ধরে, কিন্তু মনের সৌন্দর্য তার কি হবে? সাহিত্যকে বলা হয় সমাজের আয়না। সমস্তটা দিয়ে পড়েও মাঝে মাঝে সমাজকে চেনা যায় না। রোজ নতুন লোকের সমাগম, বিভিন্ন চিন্তাধারা, কত আর নতুন আয়নার আবির্ভাব ঘটাবে তারা? বুঝতে হলে মানুষের অন্তরের মধ্যেই ঝুঁকে দেখো। কত টুকরো আয়না পাবে তুমি, সেটা সামলে রেখো। কত দুঃখ, কত বেদনা লুকিয়ে রয়েছে মনের ভাঁজে, তাকে তুমি খুঁটিয়ে দেখতে পারবে আয়নার সাজে? আয়না আর মানুষকে মিশিয়ে দিও না কভু, এ তো বড়ই বিড়ম্বনা, কেন হয় না লঘু? সমাজকে খুঁটিয়ে দেখা মানে মানুষকে চেনা, শুধু চিনলেই যে হবে না, মানুষের সেবাই তো প্রভুকে জানা। থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার। থ্যাংক ইউ এভরিওয়ান। জয় যিশু, হ্যাপি ইস্টার টু অল।
Beautiful poem in Bangla.
Thank you, ma'am.
Every word had so much of meaning, and looking into ourselves, finding divinity in ourselves, breaking the mirror, to break that mirror. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Mirror says a lot, and mirror too shows your true colors. Yeah, sometimes.
Again, thank you for giving me this platform, sir. Thank you for presenting myself. Thank you.
And she finished with Jai Christ. Did she say Jai Christ? I thought she said Jai Krishna.
Joy Jishu.
Yeah. Joy. So you were praising the Christ. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. Sublime.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Debashrita, ma'am. Please welcome Trey John Deberry. I mean, like Love Infinity. Love Infinity, please turn on your mic and video. Trey John.
Love Infinite.
Love Infinite. I couldn't spell her name. You very shy. She's there.
Well, I can't see her.
No, maybe she's there. I mean, I just have message there.
Pop to the kitchen or something.
Dewberry. Anyways, please welcome Miss Millie Das. Miss Millie Das is a well-known poet from Bangladesh. She writes in Bengali, English, and Hindi as well.
Hello.
Please, ma'am, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Good evening to all of you. Good evening to all respected poets, and thank you, Krishnaji, for your kind and beautiful invitation from here. And now I am going to my poetry. The name of the poem is Memories. Remember some memories. Remember a few things. Don't forget something. We'll not be together in this life, but we'll meet again something, sometime, somewhere. Time is now sitting in the comfort of happiness. From the young age I was tied to time. Now I'm completely alone. The beautiful of love is as intoxicating as a red rose. There is pain in that profound bonding. I never wanted to be free from the devotion of this essence of love. How many years have passed? Yet the youthfulness of adolescence period has not been erased from my heart. Sometimes I win, sometimes I defeat. I wanted to forget the time when I was being fully attached with. I couldn't. This is the most difficult part. To whom I want to remember, must forget. We have to forget to whom we want to keep in our hearts. This is the reality. Even if I want to release, I can't release. We have to spend our lives with memories. This was my first poem, and now I'm going to my second poem. The name of the poem is Beauty of Sufferings. Oh, what a wonderful time is it. The sun peeps through the leaves, the darkness embraces the light, as well as fire consumes light. The clouds are flying in the stormy night. There's no smell of life. I get thirsty when I go near to the river. I go crazy when I go near to the sea. Being alive is a miracle. Life is also a wonder. In the evening, I return home like a tired bird. Sometimes I think that the land is not mine. It belongs to my ancestors. This is a pond full of leaves. My mother bathed in the east corner. I used to see my mother's face after bathing. It shines in the pink of the light of the sun. This is my field full of crops. This world is being related in a spirit and soul. Endless joy is here in the exhausted life. Even as a beggar, I'll sit on the side of the road to find a piece of cloud. Life is so painful. Yet I want to enjoy the beauty of sufferings. Yet I wonder the beauty of sufferings. Thank you so much.
Beautiful reading, ma'am. Beautiful reading, I would say.
Hello, Krishnaji.
Ji.
Is there will be time my daughter wants to recite one poem?
Okay, one poet, maybe after one poet, ma'am. Let us call.
Okay. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yeah. Please welcome Miss Saraswati Poswal.
Hello, good morning, good evening, namaskar, sasikal, adab, salam to everyone. Thank you once again, K. Kumar Prasanna ji, for giving me this opportunity. So I'll recite one of my poems. The title of my poem is Echoing the Lament of Separated Soul. Echoing the lament of separated soul. The pain persists. The pain persists. The melancholy in the veins intent. The pain persists. The melancholy in the veins is sent. Stress grips the heart. Stress grips the heart, a heavy burden to bear. Emotions knocking, feeling detached is despair. Emotions knocking, feeling detached is despair. Power fluctuates like fleeting shadows in light. Power fluctuates the fleeting shadows in the light. The jovial moments, nostalgic, is the jovial moments nostalgic in the retrospect. I wonder why the cruel hand, I wonder why the cruel hand of fate plays so. It tears souls apart in its mysterious way. I wonder why the cruel hand of fate plays so. It tears souls apart in the mysterious way. Why must why must the embrace of death come too soon? Why must the embrace of death come too soon? Why can't we try to fly out under the same moon? Why can't we try to fly out in the same moon? Souls entwined in a story, souls entwined in the stories left untold, searching for the lost moments in such a cold realm. Souls entwined in the story left untold, searching for the lost moments in such a cold realm. In silent reflection of what was once whole, a separated soul seeks peace at a price. A separated soul seeks peace at a price, though separate in a body, echoing the lament of the separated soul, echoing the lament of the separated soul. This was my first poem. The another one is a small one in Hindi. Can I go with that, K. Kumarji?
Ji, go ahead.
Thank you so much. Na jao, ruk jao. The title of my poem is Na jao, ruk jao. Na jao, ruk jao. मर मेरे को चोट लगेगी. ना जाओ रुक जाओ, मर मेरे को चोट लगेगी. तुम्हारे जाने से एहसास से, तुम्हारे जाने के एहसास से रंजोगम घबराहट एकाकीपन सा पनपने लगा है. ना जाओ रुक जाओ, मर्म को मेरे चोट लगेगी. तुम्हारे जाने के एहसास से रंजोगम घबराहट एकाकीपन सा पनपने लगा है. दर्द के काले बादल घोर अंधेरा, दर्द के काले बादल घोर अंधेरा बेअवान सा जीवन लगने लगा है. दर्द के काले बादल घोर अंधेरा बेअवान सा जीवन लगने लगा है. लफ्ज तुम्हारे मरहम से कम नहीं, लफ्ज तुम्हारे मरहम से कम नहीं, स्पर्श तुम्हारा जन्नत से कम नहीं. लफ्ज तुम्हारे मरहम से कम नहीं, स्पर्श तुम्हारा जन्नत से कम नहीं, विश्वास तुम्हारा इंद्रधनुष से कम नहीं. विश्वास तुम्हारा इंद्रधनुष से कम नहीं. ना जाओ तुम्हारी उपस्थिति, ना जाओ तुम्हारी उपस्थिति किसी बैकुंठ से कम नहीं. ना जाओ तुम्हारी उपस्थिति किसी बैकुंठ से कम नहीं. ना जाओ तुम्हारी उपस्थिति किसी तीर्थ स्थल से कम नहीं. ना जाओ तुम्हारी उपस्थिति किसी तीर्थ स्थल से कम नहीं. थैंक यू सो मच. उम्मीद है पसंद आई होगी.
ना जाओ ना जाओ. बहुत खूब मैम, बहुत खूब.
Thank you, Kumar. Thank you.
The first one was intense.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
All dedicated to my husband.
Yeah, I understand that. It is
Thank
natural.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again. Thank
Please
you,
give a
everyone.
round of applause, my dear friends. Next up is Love Infinite, Trezon Dewberry. Trezon Dewberry. Yes. Please unmute your mic, Love Infinite. Okay, Millie, yes, ma'am, I could ask your daughter to read her poem.
Good evening, everyone present here. Hello. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone present here. Today I'll recite a poem by Marilyn Lott, Stamp Collection. Stamp collecting is quite a hobby, a glance into world history. Researching another country uncovers so many mysteries. It's not just the understanding of what a culture is about, but learning to speak the language will be a challenge without a doubt. It's a wonderful undertaking and one that is well worthwhile. Each stamp from all over the world has an interesting and unique style. I enjoy the stories they tell with description on everyone. They go way back in time when first stamps had begun. So, if you'd like a hobby, you might give this a chance. Yes, stamps holds fascination with their mystery and yes, romance. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful reading, beautiful. Wow. Please give a round of applause to this bright child, Ushani Das. My dear friends, please give a round.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, you. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Ushani. Thank you, Millie ma'am. Thanks for. Yes, please welcome. Last but not least, please John Dewberry, Love Infinite. Please welcome featured poet of this event. Yeah.
Sorry that I couldn't unmute it myself. I tried. But I'm just gonna sing this song. It's called Lift Every Voice and Sing. It is the Negro National Anthem. And Happy Easter from America. The words are written by James Weldon Johnson, who is an alma mater from my university, Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. And the music is written by his brother, J. Rosamond Johnson. And they wrote the song in 1900. So I'm just going to sing those 3 verses in my own way. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with the steady beat hath not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers died. We have come over a way that with tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out from a gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright starry sky. God of our weary tears, God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us this far on the way. Thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land. Shout out to Africa. Thank you for the space.
Thank you, Trace, Love Infinite, and that was a treat, I would say. And thank you for your presence, and we loved your voice, brilliant. That brings us to the end of today's recital. We had a wonderful, a gathering and talked about the mental health. I also had his poems. Yes, Rupali, ma'am wants to say something.
Yes,
Yes.
it's a beautiful ending with that lovely song. You know, it's completed the evening. And thank you so much for everybody. And Prasanna, your poetry was wonderful. And yes, you are poet laureate for us. You're known all over the world. Thank you so much. May this Easter return day after day for us. And wish that we all keep writing. And yes, mental health can only be improved through our poetry. It is. It has worked for us, yes. I noticed that most of my poems are written in 2020 when COVID was at its height, and people were dying all around us. That's when, the pain and the suffering that we felt brought out the best in us. So let us just continue that. And thank you for those who have shared their personal stories, their personal lives, because, then they become witnesses. And Prasanna is a very important subject. We plan to do more on it, I know. So do tell us about it later. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, Devendra sir, for being here and for the first time. And thank you, Archana ma'am, for your patience. You've been throughout from the beginning, and I appreciate your joining. It gives us it's like an inspiration to do more, because being part of this and being at your age, and it gives us encouragement to work more on this. And we love your presence and your poems as well, Archana ma'am. Please keep coming. And yes, Harpreet ma'am, we always are there with you. And Ronnie, get well soon. And Somdatta ma'am, Millie ma'am, Debashrita Lantern, of course, is all my heart. And Toni Didi is always LaVan, Ronnie. Thank you, Saraswati ma'am.